All right, well, welcome everybody. We've got an hour and 54 minutes to try to transform your lives. How's that for an intro? Is that good?
Really dramatic. So accurate.
So yeah, the way this works is we usually spend the first little bit trying to get a little background out of the way, figuring out what we're dealing with, and sometimes a lot of the behavior problems can be solved through that discussion. We try to keep that as short as we can. With Lee, let's just kind of get a summary. We have Phoenix, who's 3, a male, and what else can you tell me?
He does a lot of tricks, and I want to either advance them or think, if you guys can come up with something that I can teach him that he doesn't want to do, or that he can learn.
And I see that you are a star student with seasonal feeding system, BirdTricks Pels, and 12 hours of sleep.
We both don't like people, so he might get a little nervous.
Our kind of client.
So how do you want me to do it? Just
let me see what Phoenix currently does.
Okay.
I can do both ways.
That was awesome. So cute. Are all the tricks that you do based on a T-stand?
Yeah, he doesn't like going on the table.
I want to put him on the T-stand on top of the crate.
Okay.
And target him to this little building.
Table
thing. Okay. Sorry, my head, it's like hopping from building to building.
So although Lee's done a great job trick training Phoenix, the problem is she hasn't actually worked through any fear-based behaviors, and he really avoids tables. As you can see here, he's really flighty around them. So Dave wants to be able to teach Lee how to teach Phoenix the retrieve, but you can't do that on a T-stand very easily, so we really want to utilize a table. So we moved some stuff around to see how we can best set up Phoenix for success to be able to get him to make the choice to go to the table without us having to force him onto the table. It always goes better when it's the animal's choice.
So what I think I'd like to do is have you on this side.
Okay.
And you'll put him there and see if you can target and or lure.
Okay.
With you on this side of the table.
Nice, he's on it.
And then you can target him back to the perch. He's probably going to go on his own, but yeah.
Oh, at least he stayed and ate the treat a bit there.
Oops. Sorry.
You're fine.
That's all right, I'm a good forager.
Okay.
I'm looking for him to get both feet on the table. Okay. That's the behavior. So you can click. He doesn't have to touch the stick. We just want both feet on the table. Okay, so it might mean that you have to be right here next time.
Okay.
May have you stand behind me.
There's some big pieces in there, deserving of a jackpot.
Nice. All right, so do that.
Oh! Now what? He's eating it. Okay. We're just kidding.
So we're making it less easy for him to just fly to your shoulder.
Yeah.
And we're making this area more reinforcing. So when he's finished, go ahead and target him to one side of the table or other. So you're going to want to scoot forward a little bit. And do you have smaller treats than what's in here?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and target him to your right.
Nice.
What I love about how we closed this session out was we did a few more targets, and then we actually targeted Phoenix back to the spot that he started on, which was the perch, which is where he was the most comfortable to begin with. So it was a great way to end the session.
Work with whatever's working and start there. And you have to shift your environment to get what's most likely to be successful. And what started like he was terrified of being on this turned into maybe 5% fear. Like he's not comfortable on it, but he's not terrified of it. So I'd also challenge you and this goes for everybody, when you hear yourself speak in absolutes, he hates tables. He's afraid of this. Pause and let that be a moment for you to say, what would it look like if he wasn't terrified of it? Would he do it? How can I get him to do it? Jinx loves being pet on the head. Jinx also hates being pet on the head. How confusing. If I only operated and he loves being pet on the head, and we were in this environment and I tried to pet him as a reward, I'd be punishing him. Because he hates it when there's other people around. If it's just Jamie and Jinx, he loves it. So Jamie could use patting on the head as a reinforcement in that environment. But it goes with, like, you know, simple things you saw here with the table. If he hates it, and we never got him to retrieve because we operated in the belief that he hated the table, what would it look like if he didn't hate the table? Well, let's see. And so just question when you hear yourself speaking those absolutes, and then try that. I think what I want to do is see if we can get more tricks on the table. So let's target to the table and then start to associate that all the behaviors can be done on the table. So everything that he knows, go ahead and run through those. And do you need me to click for anything, or are you?
No.
He looks like he already knows what you guys are gonna ask. What a brave guy!
A little mini comet.
I learned that Phoenix is a chicken. And I need to teach him not to be a chicken. I thought he was pretty good, but I'll definitely work on that with him.
Want to elaborate? I think he's awesome.
He's a chicken.
I also agree he's a chicken, but he's awesome. Like, you can tell you put in a ton of work and that you've really researched and done your homework and put down the foundation that need to be there. And because of that, I think you're going to see success happen really quickly. So
yeah, I mean, how quickly did he overcome all of his fears today? Like, everything you asked him to overcome today, he did. Yeah. Maybe not to, like, in a major extent, but he overcame them. So I think you're doing awesome.
Thank you.